So Sabrina Ionescu's injury is worse than we think, because not only has Sabrina Ionescu gone and like has she gone and been played one game. She went rolled her ankle. She now has a back injury. And she has been ruled out for the last couple of games. She came back for one game from an ankle injury and came back with a back injury, which is not ideal. Which is not an ideal situation at all when you're looking now at a player that is on a team that kind of needs to start winning games. Like, if the New York Liberty go and lose today, they're 3-5. They are 3-5, and I genuinely do feel like being 3-5 is a bad start to the season. If the Phoenix Mercury lose today, they're 2-6. They're in an even worse place. Like they're in an even worse place, I will say. But yeah, it's one of those things where these injuries, if it is a back injury, you're concerned. They read out the wings with Reeds. We'll try again Friday. She's hurt. It's getting old. Third time we think she's playing. She doesn't play. Jacks up all the plays. I thought she was really good in the first half against Dallas. But, like, she's now injured again. And, look, if you're a fan of the Liberty, this is not a good sign. This is not a good sign at all, because losing one of your best players early in the year when you haven't started off well. On a positive note, the great Leo Phoebish is coming back tonight. On a positive note, Phoebish is playing. And Leo Phoebish is one of the most important players on the team. I don't know about Benijah Laney Hamilton, but it is it's a weird, I don't know what's happening with her, and again, it's personal. I don't want to question it. Obviously, it is one of these things where you really don't want to question any of these personal things. Like the DeWanna Bonner situation kind of soured all of that, because it turns out DeWanna Bonner's personal issue was just, I don't want to play in Indiana no more. And like, literally, DeWanna Bonner was to the extent where, even though obviously we know she didn't want to play in Indiana, where she just didn't seem to want to play ball. She just didn't seem to want to play ball anywhere in Phoenix. Like, everybody thought that every single person thought DeWanna Bonner was going to sign for Phoenix. I remember when I was like it wasn't even grading free agency. I was like, made a way too early list talking about it, and we just assumed DeWanna Bonner was going to Phoenix, and then randomly she signs with Indiana, and it's like, the fuck happened here? And then she was like turning down trades, but at the same time, you still do want to give the benefit out to every other player, because like, not every player is going to go out for personal reasons just because they don't want to play for that team anymore. But yeah, she might end up being back. But when it comes down to it for the Liberty, they are struggling a bit. Like, I like Astier. I like Pauline Astier. I think she's a really good player. I don't think she's a starter. Like, I don't think, like, if you look at the starting point guards, with Layla Khan coming back at the weekend, Pauline Astier is the worst starting point guard in the league. I think she's very good. Unless you're looking at the starting point guards, I'm going to go from worst to best. So, yeah, she's better than Georgia Amore. Georgia Amore's garbage. Obviously better than Georgia Amore. But outside of Georgia Amore, it's like, she's not better than Alyssa Thomas, not better than Caitlin Clark, not better than Odyssey. Better than Odyssey Sims, but not better than Paige when she plays there. Yeah, it's it's an interesting one. It's a really, really interesting one to see what is happening with Sabrina, because they're going to struggle. They are really going to struggle. My guess, like, they've lost Satu Sablé, I think, is questionable for today. Benai Delaney Hamilton will play, which is big actually. Satu's questionable, and look, I think they're better without Satu. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but like, I was shocked. I've been shocked at how bad Satu Sablé's been so far this year. Like, she can't actually move up and down the floor. It is quite concerning how badly she moves right now. But yeah, if you are the New York Liberty, you're kind of just sitting there hoping that your players can stay healthy. You're sitting there hoping that nothing goes on. You're hoping that you're not going to build too big of a deficit. Not going to build too big of a deficit that you can't come back, because, like, thank God the team started 3-1, because, like, if they were 2-5, they'd be in a real bad spot. But, like, I think they might lose tonight, because Phoenix need this win more than they do. Like, Phoenix can't go 2-6. So wait, Phoenix will have played 8 games while Washington have played 5. Are Washington playing tonight? So I know Fever would have only played 6 by tonight. Yes, Washington are playing tonight, but yeah, the New York Liberty or the Phoenix Mercury will have played 8 games while Washington played 5. But yeah, it is an interesting one to see all around how this team's doing, because you look at it here, it's like, there is more parity. So maybe it's like, look, we don't care where we end up in the playoffs, but like, you need a bit of momentum, because the pieces don't seem to fit. John Quell's been lazy as fuck. Satu looks washed. Or Satu's just not in shape. John Quell might be washed. It's not a good one for the New York Liberty. So yeah, overall, if I'm a Liberty fan, I would be like 4 out of 10. I'd be worried. I wouldn't be in panic mode. In panic mode, because if you're we're not yet. If they lose tonight, we might go into panic mode, because 3-5 is like not a like a good record at all. And yeah, you can come back from that. Like, the Aces won a title after being 14-14, but still, you don't want to have to play catch up.